and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. A Palestinian fisherman from the Gaza Strip has been killed after ignoring multiple warnings from the Israeli Navy to keep his boat within a permitted fishing area. The man was sailing on his boat with two others and kept on straying away from the northern Gaza Strip to Israel, leading the Israeli Navy to open fire after he refused to stop. The Gaza Fishermen's Union claims the boat was targeted as it was making its way back to Gaza, but Israel maintains a strict naval blockade on the Gaza Strip in order to prevent the enclave's Hamas leaders from arming themselves and attacking Israelis. The Israeli Navy is quick to respond to any breaches in order to prevent militants from infiltrating Israeli territory from the sea. It looks like a texting scandal is now taking center stage in the corruption case, Case 4000, and it's not related to Walla swaying its coverage for the Israeli Prime Minister. Israel's Channel 10 News has just released a WhatsApp chat between the Israel Securities Authority investigator Eran Shechem-Shavit and the case's judge Ronit Poznansky-Katz, and it reveals an apparent coordination in the rulings against the suspects in the case. In the chat, Shechem-Shavit tells the judge to, quote, try and act surprised when the authority announces that they want to release some of the suspects in the probe, while holding others for a few more days. He tells her that the attorneys of two of the suspects will request 3 days, but that the judge can, quote, definitely give 2 days. You're going to reveal everything to me and I will have to act really surprised, the judge responds. This conversation took place just before the suspects' remand hearings, where they are given their chance to make their case before the judge decides whether or not they can be released. Needless to say, now that the chat has been released, the Israeli Supreme Court Chief Justice and the Israeli Justice Minister have removed Judge Poznansky-Katz from the planned hearings and are investigating her behavior. Shechem-Shavit has also been placed on leave. Meanwhile, 6 suspects in Case 4000 are demanding their immediate release, saying the text messages have contaminated the judicial process. But a police source says law enforcement officials aren't concerned that the texting scandal will hurt the probe, claiming, quote, the evidence will prevail. Case 4000 involves suspicions that the owner of the Israeli news channel Walla granted positive coverage to the Israeli Prime Minister and his family, all in exchange for benefits for his other company, the telecommunications giant Bezeq. According to a new poll, the Palestinian people are now more than ever dissatisfied with just about all their options, correlating with a rise in belief in armed conflict. The public opinion poll, which was published on Sunday, has a margin of error of 3% and was conducted on over 1,200 people from both the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. According to its results, support for both Fatah and Hamas has fallen again, while belief in both nonviolent and violent resistance against Israel have risen. Armed resistance has garnered 5% more over last year to 35% total, and nonviolent resistance rose to 30%. But over 50% of those surveyed still said they had little to no faith in any of the Palestinian leadership to uphold decisions against Israel and the United States, or in their best interests. Support for Abbas is continuing to decline, and support for Hamas has fallen to as low as just 9% in Gaza. The one thing almost all Palestinians agree on, however, an overwhelming 96% of respondents, are against a Palestinian state unless Jerusalem is its capital. The Israeli Cabinet and Finance Ministry have just approved a new proposal that will not only save the Netiv HaAvot outpost in the West Bank from demolition, it'll pay for its expansion. 15 homes in Netiv HaAvot were slated for demolition by March 6th. Now, with the help of an additional 60 million shekels being earmarked for the Gush Etzion Regional Council, where Netiv HaAvot is located, residents of the outpost intend to build 350 additional homes. Prime Minister Netanyahu praised the decision, and Gush Etzion Regional Council Chairman Shlomo Neiman called the proposal, quote, a tremendous achievement for the Zionist enterprise in Judea and Samaria, end quote, though he also claimed that this would not excuse previous demolitions. Settlement watchdogs like NGO Peace Now, however, are calling out what they see as a double standard, quote, proving once again that one law exists for settlers and another for the rest of the country, end quote. The outpost was originally slated for demolition in September of 2016 when the High Court accepted a Palestinian petition that said the homes were built illegally on their land. The final report of the investigation into a downed Israeli F-16 jet earlier this month has come out, and it seems crew error has been named the culprit. The Israeli fighter plane was struck on its return journey from a mission in Syria in response to an Iranian drone breaching Israeli airspace. During the mission, a small fleet of F-16s targeted multiple Syrian and Iranian military installations. According to senior Israeli Air Force officials, of the many aircraft that were deployed in the mission, one did not deploy proper countermeasures during its return and was struck down by Syrian surface-to-air attacks. The F-16 crash-landed in Israeli territory, and both of the jet's two-man crew survived. That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.